Hey Bat fans, Luke here with this week's Bat Chat session where we're going to go ahead and take a look at all of the Batman related books that came out this week. In addition to, yep, you see a box over there, which means a figure made its way back to Luke's house. So, um, man, Rebirth's just been really strong, and this week's Bat books were pretty darn good. So don't want to waste too much time. So let's go ahead right into it. Let's first take a look at the figure I got this week, and it was one that came out of the Greg Capullo third wave. This is number 14, and this is the 0 Year Survival Batman. Awesome figure. Has the crossbow and his back and the back pouch. The awesome purple gloves. Just absolutely love this figure. I thought this week was going to be Wonder Woman, but I guess I was wrong. So I think Wonder Woman's next. Who knows? But I think Wonder Woman's on the docket. Then you have Flash. And then the Robo Bunny's coming out. So that should be next. So, but yeah, this was the awesome 0 Year Survival Batman. Great Capullo wave. All right, into the Bat books. We're going to start with Batman number 6, which served as kind of an epilogue to the I Am Gotham storyline. And I got both covers, of course. I got two covers. I know there's more than two out there. I got the standard one done by David Finch, which is really awesome. And I also got the Tim Sale variant. So, Batman, Tom King. Which I guess we can formally say this is the complete conclusion of the first story arc. As we find out here, this is going to bleed into, after, of course, the Night of the Monster Men series that's coming up, into the next story arc called I Am Suicide. And what we have in this issue, for the very vast majority of this, is Gotham Girl still feeling the effects of her interaction with Psycho Pirate, and she is really going through some tough times where she is really mentally not stable at all, to the point she cuts all of her hair off, and she's running around the city talking to herself, having conversations with people she thinks are there, but obviously it's just her. But the thing we have to remember with Gotham Girl, as was with Gotham, is that every time they use their superpowers, it's like chipping away their time with us, or time in life. So she's doing all these crazy things, exerting all this energy, and slowly killing herself. And that's basically what happens in this. Even Duke realizes this, and Duke tells Batman, which every time I see Duke Thomas, I roll my eyes. I'm like, oh, but be that as it is. Which leads Batman, which, man, the art in this is not done by David Finch. This one was done, I think, yeah, Reyes. The art in this was just really nice. A lot of good splash images. But basically, Batman does come to the fold, and he's really sympathetic in this. Which, by the way, we had some awesome cameos with some old school characters, which I think I skimmed through the first one. Kite Man, I'm pretty sure it was Kite Man. That's Colonel Blimp, but I think Kite Man's in this issue. I think he runs into Kite Man. If it's not, maybe I just got my Batman stories mixed up, because I thought there was a Kite Man interaction in this. Which, yep, there he is, Kite Man. Yeah, Batman does kind of get into the fray here, to the point where he actually reveals his identity to Gotham Girl. And the way it's done is, some people think it'd be kind of a cop-out, but it's just the way that how this kind of unfolded was that he goes into that whole thing of, why Batman does what he does. It's out of tragedy, and and it's Gotham, what it means, but it needs that certain person, and he's willing to make the sacrifice that no one else can, and But basically, it comes down to, you know, how he was born out of tragedy and how he came out the other side, and he's kind of really kind of trying to keep Gotham Girl off the edge, you know, because she's on the edge. I mean, she just lost her brother, so trauma right there, and then tack on the fact of what Psycho Pirate did. She really needs that lending hand, and Bruce was there. Now, the fact that she's still feeling the effects of Psycho Pirate, is this something that's gonna stick with, you know, her remembering Bruce Wayne's identity? I can't tell. I'm willing to bet not. I don't know, because basically what's going to happen is, as we see toward the very end of the issue, Batman dealing with Amanda Waller, to get Gotham Girl kind of like, I don't want to say cleaned up, but healed. They have to go to Santa Prisca because right now Bane has control of Psycho Pirate. You know, Hugo Strange kind of punting them over. And to heal her, she has to get the fear taken out. And Psycho Pirate's the key. And that's where basically I think we're going to have a Suicide Squad type mission. Batman going into Santa Prisca to battle Bane for the mental well-being of Gotham Girl. Overall, I did like this issue. I mean, just really digging into the mental state of Gotham Girl. She is loco gone, and the way Tom King handled that was really well done. And I thought all but the last page of the issue was really good. The problem I thought I have with this issue is that really the last page came out of nowhere. And yeah, I know they're kind of setting the stage for the story after the Monster Men, not even the Monster Men, but still, this felt really out of nowhere. Also, it's not really a nitpick, but it's kind of like one I'm kind of wondering. I mean, Hugo Strange and Psycho Pirate played such a huge role in this first story arc of Tom King's Batman. And other than one panel, maybe in that one issue, we have Hugo Strange and Psycho Pirate together. That's all you see of them. And all you're doing is you're getting the effect of what they did, but you really didn't get much of a depth into that portion of the story in this first story arc. So it's just one thing that kind of bugged me a little bit. But other than that, Tom King's first story arc on Batman, it was good. Not up to the Scott Snyder level, I think, to be honest. But still, it's a fun read. Kind of wondering if Finch is now gonna take a knee while oh man, having total brain fart right now. The artist from Grayson, Jesus. Anyway, I wonder if this next story, after we get through the Monster Men story, are we gonna get Finch again, or are we gonna get the other one? Why am I having this is gonna drive me crazy. Either way, I'm sure halfway through this video it will dawn on me, but either way, I to be honest, story arc, Finch's art was just superb, and I love this cover too. So, Batman's been good, not Scott Snyder good. It has its issues, but overall, issue number 6 was really good up until that last page. But that said, the art was good. This is kind of like on the. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. I'll be kind of nice about it. But this would be kind of teetering on the brink. But Mikhail Janin, there it is. I don't know if Janin's going to do the art of the next story arc. Last time we saw him was the Rebirth issue. So either way, rambling on this one. Batman number 6, give it a 3.5 out of 5. Next title we're going to take a look at is Nightwing. And this was I enjoy this issue. Basically what comes up with this is that Dick and Raptor are invited to a Court of Owls party in the new I don't want to say headquarters, but well, we'll call it is what it is, the paradise for this Parliament of Owls. And as they're getting kind of like the walkthrough, Grayson sees the human traffickers that are basically building this society for the Parliament of Owls. And he sees kids, and Dick basically just says, "Hey, that's it. I know we're playing the long game, but enough's enough. We're gonna take this down tonight and get these people out here." And that's exactly what they do. They do orchestrate a breakout story, or breakout plan, and everyone escapes. And in doing so, this gets the head Parliament of Owl to kind of the Cobra group basically had this drug that he could take that he stole from them, and basically this is the side effect. What happens when he takes it? It turns into this giant owl bat thing, claims to be God, whatnot, but in doing so, he then tries to track down Raptor and Dick, and there's a good fight scene between, but in doing so, Raptor does become injured, where basically he makes a plea that, hey, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and kind of fight on this Parliament of Owl member here while you escape. He gets the book that has basically all the identity of all the Parliament of Owls, so Dick can take that to Spiral, and they can start taking these members down. Cool thing that did occur in this issue is that Dick uses the Gauntlet of Raptor to kind of help heal the wound he had in his leg. When in doing so, you start to see some little revelations that, hey, Dick is now realizing, that puts two and two together, that Raptor was part of the same circus as he was as a child. And it was even referenced in here that Raptor knew Dick's mother. So the whole thing with the Court of Owls, Parliament of Owls, and in the circus leads me to potentially believe that there's more than just a tie with Raptor and Dick being in the circus. There could be a bloodline relative connection as well. You never know. We'll see. But it is probably the thing I'm probably most interested about this right now is the tie with Raptor in the circus, and obviously what that means with the Grayson family. In addition to that, as we find out here to the very end, Raptor is not what he seems. And we'll get to that in a minute. But Dick returns back to the Batcave after releasing all the prisoners and gets the book turned into Spiral. He's coming back thinking he's going to get a hero's welcome. Obviously, Damian sees him. He's loving it. And then Batman shows up, and he's all ticked that basically find out through Barbara that he basically trusted Raptor, who's a known felon, known criminal, that, hey, we do what we gotta do to get the mission done. But after the mission's done, those people, they're criminals. They're coming in, and you see a disconnect between Dick and Bruce here. About as far as what the personality. You see a personality kind of clash here regarding to trusting people and willing to cross the line between the good and the light and all this. So it's a good, I think, interesting revelation between the two. But back to the very end, Raptor goes back to the Cobra, and basically what comes out is that he was working for Cobra all along, and the book that Dick Grayson gave the Spiral is also going to decipher the information to Cobra. So as the Spiral is going to find out the identities of all these members of the Parliament of Owls, Cobra is also going to find out as well. But now that leaves a loose string hanging out, what to do with Grayson, and Raptor is basically telling Cobra, say, hey, don't worry about it. I got him Raptor on my finger. So is Raptor on the up and up, or we see him not really being all that good? Tough to tell. I know he keeps harping on playing the long game, and I guess that can be implied for us readers too. Don't jump the gun. read the story the whole way before you make an informed opinion. But we'll see. This one also gave a 3.5 out of 5. The art was great, and I love the dialogue in between and throughout. It was just a good issue. Nightwing continues to just be fun. Justice League, I'm not going to go too far in depth. Issue number 4, basically because it kind of is what it is. The thing what I had liked about Jeff Johns' run on Justice League, especially in the Dark Side Wars and the Mesovirus, is that there was a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of intricate parts of the story, but Johns crafted the story and to be executed in a way that everything felt kind of connected. Where Hitch, there's a lot of stuff that's going on, and the art is fantastic. And this is not an issue done by Tony S. Daniels. I forget who does the issue on this one. Art is Marino. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it feels kind of disconnected. You got Aquaman doing his thing, and loosely kind of tied to what's going on. I mean, as far as a scope, yeah, I mean, it's connected, but just the interaction, it just doesn't feel it's there with the rest of the Justice League. You got the Green Lanterns in another dimension doing their thing, other than failed attempts of Cyborg to get a hold of them. Well, no, Comlink. They're kind of off doing their. I mean, and then Flash is running around. Well, he gets sort of connected toward the end with Wonder Woman. You got some Superman in the center of the earth. So while the story might be connected as far as plot and execution, it just feels kind of disjointed a little bit. But I do like the concept of this villain and what they're going after, and the big, the reveal at the end. The purifiers or Jesus, what they called? Oh boy, I totally forget what they're called. Kindred, there it is, the Kindred. I mean, it's a good villain. It's a good thing. I like what not Bruce, Superman having to go ahead and one of the fault line bomb things, whatever you want to call it, that's causing all the earthquake. One's not good enough. You got to take them all out. So him exerting himself, and I love the dialogue you get with Lois, that basically everyone's trying to pull the plug on Clark now, and they're basically saying, "Hey, I mean, he's done. We got to move on." But Lois not letting him leave, saying, "Hey, don't bail on him. You trusted the old Clark. Just trust him. He's just as good, if not better. And just need some faith with him." So I did like the interaction with Lois had with the rest of the league and pleading the case for them not to give up on Clark. And obviously, this is the civilization of all the kindred, or what they did with the people they're kind of absorbing. This is the aftermath. They kind of look like cyborgs. So Justice League's been fun. Number 4 was good, and yet art's been great. It just things feel kind of just joining a little bit, and I give it a 3 out of 5. It's still a good read, but yeah, it's not as good as Jeff Johns, and I know a lot of people don't like Johns' run on Justice League, but I don't know. But that said, this has potential to be really cool, so we'll see where it goes. Harley Quinn, not going to spend too much time on it. Did get 2 covers. I got the standard cover, and I also got the Sickwitch cover, the variant. I got the Michonne Walking Dead theme. It's just, I couldn't pass it up. In this, it kind of continues on the story with the zombies. We do find out, if you remember, the alien that came down and kind of caused all this, what was going on. Their parents coming down, trying to find their son, and lo and behold, they find out that his body parts are scattered all over the place because being turned into sausage, being ate by everybody. They can kind of bring him back. So you got that, and then you have Harley and Ivy doing it. There's so many sexual innuendos in this issue. It's hilarious between the shower scene between them two as they're trying to get rid of all the body parts off each other is just hilarious. And then Red Tool, remember how he got his arm cut? Well, they hooked him up with a new arm. It just turns out the arm they got him from is from a donor who turned out to be a chronic masturbator. Ooh, good old Red Tool. So, all in all, Harley, it is what it is. You get a chuckle out of it and you just kind of move on. The art in this was pretty good. The story, it's kind of come to some sort of crescendo here, obviously, with the parents coming here to get their son back and pulling off whatnot, and then in doing so now the city's got to rebuild and whatnot. It is what it is with Harley. I give it a 3 out of 5. It was a good issue. It had its moments, but yeah, it was still okay. Last book I'm going to talk about is Batman Beyond number 16, the finale of this issue, and I am not going to go too far in this other than to say what I kind of figured was going to happen happened. Terry McGinnis comes back, and he becomes Batman Beyond again, and the art in this was really good, by the way. But in doing so, obviously, that means Tim got to relinquish the mantle of Batman Beyond. He does that, and as you see, as he kind of goes on here, he realizes that, hey, this isn't really my time. I'm out of place here, so I'm going ahead to kind of travel around and try to find my ways. And in doing so, as he leaves toward the very end of the issue, you see a big flash of light, kind of implying that he is going into a new dimension, which we'd assume that means present day and time. This issue, again, we kind of knew this was coming ever since we found out that, obviously Terry McGinnis was alive. And beyond, a lot of this was just a big fight between Tim and I can't remember the guy's name. Firewall or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's just they crammed in. No, they didn't cram it in. They had this issue. I think maybe just could have been. I don't know if you want to say a double-sized issue. Last issue just kind of wrapped this up, but there was a lot of filler in this issue. The fight scene, which was not more than Tim just beating down the bad guy, was about half the issue, and it was just the bad guy taking punches and Tim just yelling at him, to be perfectly honest. So, but again, the art I thought was really nice. I enjoyed it, but that's pretty much it. It kind of sets the stage for Batman Beyond Rebirth with Terry McGinnis back into the cow and Tim, we assume, making his way back to present day. So we'll see. But anyway, those were this week's books. I mean, sounds like I was kind of down on Batman Beyond and Harley, and it wasn't. I mean, Batman Beyond maybe a little more, but Harley was a fun read, and Batman Beyond, it was okay. 3 might be a little generous. Might have been closer to 2.5 average, but still, this was a good week for Bat books, and looking forward to next week because I think we have some doozies coming out. So, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this review here, and until next week, take care, everybody.